Good morning, Technosphere. And aren't we all pathetically disappointed with the fucking outcome of Game of Thrones? How disappointing. Basically, I would say that the subplot is that the working classes don't exist, and nothing that anybody ever does will make them take action to prevent the ruling classes from ruining their existence. And that's what we're all for. And it was shit. It was very shit. My favourite things in the entire series were the mass destruction. I liked the wildfire, and I liked the dragon fire. And only because it destroyed huge swathes of humanity. And but I'm off it now, and I'm over it. I'm over all of it. Basically, it was about how hereditary privilege will always win. And I'm finding that a bit depressing. Because hereditary privilege exists, hereditary disadvantage exists. And because privilege blindness exists, disadvantage blindness also exists. Now, no one wants to admit that they're privileged in any kind of a way. Because like the word racism, it's been demonised. And similarly, no one wants to admit being disadvantaged. The truth is, of course, that most of us exist in a place of both privilege and disadvantage. I, for example, am privileged in that I live in the West. I have a house to live in. I have food. I am supported by the welfare state. I have access to medicine and mental health treatments and education. I'm disadvantaged because I don't have access to the law, because I don't have access to a lot of academic information that I would like to get. See JSTOR. And I am a brown woman in the 21st century. So my privilege and my disadvantage balance themselves against one another to create my status as relates to the dominant culture. But if I fail to recognise either my privileges or my disadvantages, I won't be able to make a correct assessment of my situation. Now, the thing is, often one's privileges and one's disadvantages, I don't know if I'm saying this, can cancel each other out. So, for example, my life experiences as a black woman and a mother in the 21st century have rendered me unable to take advantage of my education and my place in Western society. And now that I come to think of it, I think this is a thing that I see played out quite often. That the privilege and the disadvantage scales have to balance in order for a person to move forward. So, for example, your child bride. She's she might have food and she might have a house to live in, but she doesn't have personal autonomy, and so therefore her privilege is cancelled out by her disadvantage. I think that might be true. I'm not really sure. But I think that I'll investigate this concept further, and I might write a paper on how privilege and disadvantage balance against one another in the Western human psyche, to either facilitate or hinder revolution. Maybe.